Good day. Today we'll be moving on to introduction of CSS. That is, how do we link our HTML document to our CSS to give us a fantastic web design. Maybe you had the color, the background, the font size, you change the font size, change the font family. So let's go. Follow me as I continue. I'll open my new file. Let me save this one. Okay. It's my HTML extension. Don't forget, we're working with HTML now. And do you remember this? I hope you do. Okay, let's continue. We're working with the basic HTML format so that we can know how to design the basic HTML format before going into designing a full website. So now we are dealing with our headings first. Remember, I've not linked this one with my CSS document, so if I'll be getting results for this, I'll be getting a plain web page for this because I have not added my CSS document to it. But when I add the CSS document to it, you see a different design. Maybe I added color to it, I added background to it. You see a different design entirely. But now I'm just giving you the HTML document for it so that when we go into the CSS, we'll just know that we are designing for the CSS. Well, now this is the HTML document for it. I'm just typing anything, and you can do it with your name. Try it. It's very fun. Try it with something. Remember the UL now, the unordered list. And let's go to the field set. This is a way of organizing form. Okay, we have the legend under the form, under the field set. So now under the legend here, we have our form tag. We don't need action for now because this is just a template. We don't need the action for now. So we have a label. Let's say label for name. And we have our class for field. What else we need? So we put our full name here. Okay, the next one is input. How do they input? The input is text. The ID is name, and the name is also name. Do you remember? I hope you do. Okay. So after this, we'll be having a line breaking tag here. So we want to have another label for maybe food. Okay, so we have our class field. Okay, so we have the food here. Here you'll be making use of radio. Like I hope you remember, because check our latest video, you see it, how I included the radio in organizing a form. In order not to waste time, let me just copy this, then we'll just paste. Let's have it like 4 times. Okay, so after that, after the form tag, let's have as many paragraphs as we can. And remember, the paragraphs I'm giving now are still inside the field set. Let's have as many paragraphs as we can. Everything is still under the field set. Don't forget. I think I'm having like 5 here. Let me just add 5. So let's see the results for this. You're using the live server to see our results. Oh wow, this is fantastic. This is the legend. This is the field set. The field set creates this box you're seeing, and we have our legend to be this form. I hope you can see. Okay, for this food, I didn't input any value here. Do you understand? Let me do that. This is food here. For example, this place I should input like rice here. Okay, here to anything at all. Let me continue. Just input anything in order to see exactly what you're doing. Oh wow, fantastic. This is it. So now let's link our HTML document to it, our CSS document to it. You open a new file entirely, you save it. Let's say fun.css. I'll be dealing with CSS now. I created this, and remember, my HTML and my CSS document are in the same folder. So how do you link the CSS to the HTML? If you're just working, maybe let's say you've typed your style and everything is fantastic, but you just go back to your HTML document and nothing has been reflected, we have no changes yet, that means you've not linked your CSS to your HTML. How do I mean? Under your title tag, just go to link. Can you see the link rel is style sheet? The reference will now be what you saved your CSS document with. Do you remember, or do you understand? Okay, let me continue with the CSS. Now we'll be dealing with body first. This our body here, the entire body. We'll be dealing with the entire body. Can you see? We're dealing with the entire body. We want to design for the entire body. Okay, so let me go back to my CSS. Yeah, for the body, here we'll deal with curly brackets. In CSS, we deal with curly brackets. Let me use color for it, then later on we'll change it to an image. Let's see, what do we have? Oh wow, fantastic. Can you see? Like when I added the color to it, the background color for the body, we have this. Okay, and okay, let me just change it to a picture so that you can see what we have. In my folder here, I have a picture here. I have a picture, image 1, or let me use image. I have this picture and I have this as well. So let me use the first one for it so that we can see what it will give us. .jpg. Okay, it's not bringing anything. Why? Oh wow, it's a mistake here, because in the body I said background color. I'm supposed to change it to background image, or I should just leave it as normal background. Can you see the background image? Oh wow, can you see the difference between background color and background image? Computer understands every word, like every word is understood by the computer. So if you're using color, make sure you stick to color. If you're using image, make sure you stick to image. Okay, so let me go to the H1. The H1 is this, the first heading here. How do we design for the first heading? You're designing for color, the background color, and the font size. So we have our H1 here, background color. Let me set it to the salmon. We have the color, that is the font color itself. Let's set that to maroon. Okay, we have the font size. We might change the font size. We calculate that in EM or in pixels, whichever way. Can you set this? I think this is fab. Okay, let's go to the H2 now. Like I said, we are dealing with curly brackets in CSS. We are not dealing with tags as HTML. We're dealing with curly brackets here. Font size for the H2, let's see, we have 3.5 EM. What do we have? Oh wow, the blue is not showing because the background color is also in blue. Let's say shade of blue, that is why it's not showing, but you can actually see that the color has changed to white and the background color to blue, then in font size. Okay, so let's go to H3. We have a background color for that as well. Let's change that to, let's say, green. We have the color, that's a font color. We don't put font color, just put color. Let's say pink for that. Then we have our font size. Let's say 3 EM. What do we have? Okay, this is cool. So I won't be styling this H4 and H5, H6. You can do that and send it to your GitHub repo. Please do that. Okay, so now let me be designing for the paragraph. Me generalizing the paragraph means it will affect all paragraph I have in my document. What do I mean? I'll show you now. I mean, can you see? This is one paragraph here. Under my field set, when I had my paragraphs, can you see it affected everything because I didn't specify that field set dot paragraph that I want to design for the paragraphs in field set. I didn't specify, but when I put paragraph, that means everything is included. Do you understand? So let's go to, after the paragraph, we can see in our HTML document we have the unordered list here. So we want to design for the list we have. So you go to your CSS. Okay, so we will be designing for the UL. Now let's have the background for that. Let's say that's our light coral. What do we have? Can you see? This is what we have for it. So now let's design it, the individual lists that there. Let me just design for display. How do we want them to display on the same line? Can you see? So the next thing I'll be designing for is the field set. That's the field set. What do we have for that? Let's have the background image for that. I'll be using the second image in my folder. That is this for the background of the field set. So can you see this? This is the field set and we have our background for it. So let's go back. We have the color. Let's send the font color to be white so that it can be seen. Can you see? This is good. How do you need to save again? Let's say our background size. Oh no, it's not the background color radius. So let's have our border radius. What do I mean by border radius? Let's say 3 em. What do I mean by? Can you see the edges of the field set are now curved? Like the edges are curved. Now we have the curved edges for the field set. So we have our label. What do we need to design for that? Let's say our line height. Let's give her 3 em. What do I mean by line height? Can you see the difference? The line height between the name and the food has increased. So after that, let's have our font family to monospace. Can you see the font family? That is the name and the food. The font family has changed to monospace. Okay, so let's have our color to be white as normal so we can see it very well. Okay, it is still white. Let me set the font family for everything in the field set. Let's set the font family, that's monospace. Everything has changed to monospace only in the field set, and that is because I included this. That is because I used the field set to set for the font family. If I want it all to be in all of my work, I'll just go to the body here, then I'll set my font family. I'll go to the body. The font family should be monospace. Can you see everything has changed in the whole body? Can you see? It is just about working with CSS and HTML to design, add your color, add the font size, the font image, everything to it. CSS is always good, but make sure your CSS and your HTML documents should be in the same folder. And in order to have changes, link your CSS to your HTML. If not, there won't be changes at all. Even the image you want to use, let your image be in the same folder with your CSS and your HTML document. I hope you understand. Have a great day, and I'm expecting your code in your GitHub repo. Don't forget, check the earlier video. We have how to push your code to your repo in GitHub. If you want, just go and check it. Ladies Code Use Solution. Go and check it. You see how to open a GitHub repo, how to push your code to the GitHub repo. Thank you very much.